the Chennai Aero Park, in a 40-acre facility, greenfield plant, which is going to be operational in another 18 months' time. Coming back to the topic, the Tamil Nadu as a design engineering hub. If I go back to year 2008, when I went to meet Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam along with my mentor, Dr. Kota Harinarayana. So he was asking us, like, what are you cooking in Chennai? So he was curious to know what's happening in Chennai, because he was trying to figure out what can happen in Chennai and what is it you're planning for the next few years. That's the time when we put the proposal of the Chennai Aero Park on the table through CII. We met the government, and then we interacted with TITCO, few of us from the industry, from various enthusiasts. We gotten together, and then we started talking about building an end-to-end ecosystem in Chennai. That's a kind of genesis. We worked with Mr. Ilangovan, who's here. It was a 4-line vision of having an end-to-end ecosystem for aerospace and defense. We discussed, we met various people at the government. It moved fairly quickly for the first few years. In fact, we had the model in place. We had the entire structure in place in terms of what it will have, the design engineering facilities, the common test facilities, and then the manufacturing facilities. What we recognized at that point in time was that if we need to compete globally, and if we need to work alongside with people in Bangalore and in Hyderabad, Chennai has to be a differentiator. And if you ask me even today, if you go and say somebody that Chennai is going to be a larger player in aerospace and defense and in engineering and design and manufacture, they'll be very skeptical, because they think Bangalore has a much better option, or Hosur is a likelier choice, or maybe Hyderabad is coming up, a lot of investment is coming. So we had this problem of trying to see how we can actually build this ecosystem and capability in engineering in Tamil Nadu, that too in Chennai. People agreed that it could be Chennai. People never said it can be in Madurai or in Virudhunagar or in Tirunelveli, because it's too far off or there is no connectivity and so on. Then we looked at piece by piece on what is this industry is about, what is this going to make it work in Chennai, how Tamil Nadu can actually leapfrog. Then we started talking to people. If you actually look at it, from Europe, in Germany, France, in US, if you look at it, there are so many people from Tamil Nadu who is working in these industries, performing very high-end design and engineering. They are working in Germany, France. Some of them are even in Singapore doing work in MRO. And most of them wanted to come back to Chennai if there is a park, if there is a facility which is available in Chennai. And in fact, we have more than 600 people registered today to come back to Chennai if there is a facility available where they can work and operate. And then we started exploring who is doing what in Tamil Nadu. And it was a great surprise that we have more than 50 to 60 industries today, which is working in high-end design engineering and manufacturing coming out of Tamil Nadu. In fact, if you look at the Salem Aero Park and the work what you are doing is an amazing work, because we never knew that people are existing and who are supplying to various places and across the globe, in fact. Then we estimated in terms of the capacity. So we created a model where, with CII, with TITCO, and all the industry body like the Tamil Nadu Aerospace and Defense Association, we created a model where we can build a design and engineering facility, high-end design and engineering facility, which could be around 2 million square feet of space, and it can come up in the Chennai Aero Park, and the blueprint is almost ready. And we have even looked at the model where the government has agreed to invest up to 200 crores. You would have seen the reports in the newspaper earlier. And it was a major milestone for people like us, people who are MSMEs, who are just starting up, where the government is willing to invest so much to build these capabilities. And that's what I want to talk about in terms of the major elements where Tamil Nadu is looking at it. You would have seen various news reports in fragments in over a period of last few years. But if you look at the consolidated picture, where design will happen from Chennai and detail engineering, manufacturing, testing, and certification support, which will be provided by the industry body and the government for people, particularly MSMEs who are into this field of aerospace and defense. And this actually will change the way work will be done out of Chennai, particularly in Tamil Nadu. And this is crucial because if you look at people who are just starting up in high-end technologies, funding is very hard to come by, and you need funding support. And if you look at aerospace, as Dr. Tamilmani was saying, it's a long-drawn process. Certification is the key. And by the time you hit the production and the parts are approved, it's almost 3 to 4 years is gone. So that means people who are veterans in automobile industries cannot even think of coming to aerospace because it's a very, very long-drawn process. You cannot say that I will put my factory up and running and then I'll find a customer and then I will supply it. It's impossible. You need to wait. And in fact, Titan, he will share his experiences. Titan is in this field for a long time, and still it's been like a 10-year journey, and it is difficult for you to break through. So if you look at the support system, what the government is looking at along with the industry is that one is the ability for you to test the products what you manufacture. So one of the major elements what the Chennai Aeropark is looking at is the common test facility, which is funded by the Department of MSME, which is coming up around a 20-acre space, where we have looked at all the major equipment, which is capital intensive, and which is difficult for people like us to procure, or even a medium and large industry to procure. And this is being funded by the government, and the common test facility is coming up in the Chennai Aeropark. So this actually makes us more competitive than any other facility anywhere in India. So when you look at incentives and various other tax concessions, I would say that a process by which you give specific infrastructure which supports the industry is more important than providing financial or other incentives. So the third part is co-location. For example, if I design here and try to manufacture somewhere else, then I need to do processing facilities either in Bangalore or Pune or in Hyderabad. Today, the global customer is not looking at this kind of a model. They want co-located where everything can be done from one place, certification is done, and they are ensuring that the quality material is delivered. So we looked at Aeropark as the model whereby the end-to-end operations, in fact today as I speak there are around 12 to 14 companies are already taken up space. We are trying to link up this Aeropark with the Salem as well as in Hosur, so that the combined ecosystem in Tamil Nadu will be one of the largest aerospace and defense ecosystems in the years to come. If you look at in terms of land, we are almost having close to 500 to 600 acres now. If you look at Chennai Aeropark, the land available in Salem, the land available in Hosur, and we are close to reaching our target of 100 companies who will be involved in design, engineering, and manufacture in aerospace and defense. And this is a very good target to achieve. The third level is what we can do with this kind of an MSME base and medium and larger industry base is that to take on a flagship project. We are working with, from the association part of view, working with the universities and other research institutions. We are working with each and every individual key players, like who are developing key technologies, who are making bellows, who are making valves, who are making various components for various structures and engines and other subsystems. We are trying to put them together to create a consortium which basically can take up a larger end-to-end program. This is what will make us different from any other similar ecosystems or clusters anywhere in India or in the region. So, looking at all these options, one, the land availability, second is the kind of common test facilities, third is co-locating of the end-to-end ecosystem in one single place, and then interconnecting them with such facilities across the state in Tamil Nadu, and trying to take on a flagship projects in the next few years will actually change the way the world will look at Tamil Nadu as a destination. So I think with this I'll conclude my speech. Thanks.
Thank you, Venkatesh, for giving a broad overview of the present status of industry in Tamil Nadu and your expectations and requirements. I think already you are dialoguing with the government for various requirements relating to your industry, including skill building and assistance for that. We are looking into those things and we will continue this dialogue further within the government. Next, I request Mr. Pattabhiraman, Managing Director of GB Engineering Enterprises Private Limited, to deliver his speech.
Good morning to everybody. Principal Secretary to the Government, Sri S.K. Prabhakar Sir, Mr. Ambud Sharma, IAS, Additional Secretary, Heavy Industries, other distinguished speakers, and my friends, ladies and gentlemen. I belong to the boiler and pressure vessel industry. I run a company where we manufacture boilers, heat exchangers, pressure vessels, and also we manufacture desalination plants and municipal waste incineration plants. We have a cluster of boiler manufacturing companies, mainly concentrated in Tiruchirappalli and all over the Tamil Nadu state, mainly patronized by the Bharat Heavy Electricals, which has the boiler plant in Tiruchirappalli, and also their plants in Ranipet and Thirumayam, and in DHL premises itself, additional projects. Tamil Nadu can be very proud of being a leader in the power equipment manufacturing. Goods manufactured and sold are in Trichy to other states and other countries. Presently, the boiler industry is facing a downtrend, and for the last 4 years, most of us are trying to sustain the business. But what we find, this Government of India has really recognized us and given a program for cluster development in fabrication in Tiruchirappalli. The central government has given us 60 crores of subsidy, and we have put up a common facility center which can be of use to all the people in Tamil Nadu. We have very good facilities created, and I invite all the fabricators to be members in this venture and make it a success. BHEL is the main center of growth of boiler industry. They have a very vast outsourcing management, more than 400 to 500 units spread over center, mainly in Tamil Nadu, and concentrating more in Tiruchirappalli. And now, presently, BHEL has moved over to other states also for outsourcing. For the last 35, 40 years, BHEL has been the key center for the first generation entrepreneurs development. Today, we find we need higher promotional activities to keep them sustaining and growing. The industrial competition is highly critical today for such companies. The logistics is creating problem because many of the power plants are coming up in northern areas, and the cost of transportation is creating big problems. We find a lot of opportunities are cropping up in export to other countries. I think I should try to project to this audience, especially when our principal secretary is available, some constraints what we are now facing. The export is mainly getting a problem in congestions in the port and transportation to the port. All of us try to dispatch the materials through Chennai port, and the congestion, as all of you may know, is creating a lot of problems. I think already a lot of actions are taken by the government. Many of the export orders call for large size manufacture. They call it as modular manufacturing, by which the sizes are becoming high ODC, which cannot be transported through the conventional present road networks. In such cases, we need a facility on the port to assemble or manufacture and dispatch. We need the support of the government, because today we cannot get such places in any of these ports, and that will constrain our exporters. I was talking to some of the people here in the morning itself. All of them face the problem in this area. Certain constraint, I thought I will give a small example of how the medium and small industries face problem in our taxation areas. One small example I would like to present to our Principal Secretary. BHEL is giving orders to small-scale industries in the earlier periods by supplying the drawings, by supplying the materials and manufacturing. As a convenience today, they are shifting to only giving the drawings. We have to do all the materials, and then you have to deliver it at the site. All these things are possible, but in taxation we get into problems. One typical case I just like to present. BHEL gives an order to a small scale industry or a medium scale industry, asking the goods should be consigned to the BHEL site at a different state. Small industry raises the bill on a CST basis on BHEL and gives it to BHEL. BHEL gives them the C forms. Small scale industry gives the E1 form to BHEL. BHEL raises bill on the other state customer by raising E1 sales. Other state customer gives C form to BHEL. This was going on for the last 7 years. Now, same state customer should not get C form from the ancillary units. Departments are not giving E1 forms in these cases. Department is saying C forms cannot be issued in the same state today. Referring certain cases, earlier it was cleared, but the Supreme Court has put a block, and small companies are today given notice for 1 crore, 2 crores with there is to pay in the state level rates as also to give penalties and interest. See, these are such things which, this is one of the cases which people have been finding it tough. There are many cases. So we have to find a simplification and solution in all these cases, like sales tax, excise, customs, which will make our struggling industries come out much better. We have a very big competition from other countries, especially Chinese sources. Chinese are able to give the products at 75%, 50 to 75% of the cost what we are able to give to the outside world. When we interact with the Chinese people, what they say is the government is giving them, once an order is got on an export order, Chinese government gives full support to the industry on interest, design supports, and all the immediate requirements of our infrastructures. I think we should try to create such an environment in our country also. Of course, definitely we find a lot of changes, a lot of improvements, but still we need many things more to be done on these subjects. New products development. We find many companies from outside the country are interested to come in, but they are very restricted and constrained to saying that very complex situation in this country. We are not able to manage the way we are doing in our country. So these are the things which we have to look into to create a better atmosphere for us. I am sure the industries, the entrepreneurs of this Tamil Nadu are highly enterprising. In fact, you should be interested to know one of our entrepreneur from Trichy, who is now in the United States, has created an equipment. Mr. Sridharan probably would have read in the papers. He has created a power generation equipment like a diesel engine, which has no moving parts. You put gas line on one side, you get power on the other side. Most probably he is going to sell it to a big company in United States. But such innovative thinkings are available in our country, but because we are not able to promote it and make it realize as a big product or a business, they move over to countries like United States and do it. So innovative manufacturing, governmental patronage for people like us to create more employment, training of people in a large way is all what we as an association are looking at. And we hope we will get the proper encouragement. I thank the organization for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pattabhiraman, for giving a first-hand experience of an entrepreneur in a boiler industry. You explained the scenario in boiler industry, and you also highlighted some of the constraints faced by your industry. The port issues are being addressed at highest level in government, and there have been interaction with the Commerce Secretary of Government of India also recently. I was also part of that meeting, and I think actions are being initiated to make it easy for you to reduce the congestion there. And infrastructure-wise, we are one of the most developed states, road infrastructure-wise particularly. And if you have specific requirement for your industry, definitely that also will be specially looked into. In fact, we have 3 ports in Chennai, and in addition to Thoothukudi port, we have nearly 23 minor ports also spread all across the state. I think we have to sit together and work a suitable way for you to export your product in a proper manner. Thank you for your enlightening lecture. I call upon Mr. Vivekanand, Head Precision Engineering Division of Titan Company Limited, to deliver his speech.
Good morning to you. I would like to brief about the Titan company as an engineering company, how we have come up in the story. Mostly it is built on our own capability. I do not know how many of you know about the Titan is a quasi-government company. It's the more than 50% participation from TITCO, Tamil Nadu government. It is the most successful story how a private company and a government join together, work and make it successful. This is the example. Titan's today is standing in front of you. Titan started the watch manufacturing unit long back in 1986. We recruited people from rural Tamil Nadu. We built them, nearly 3,000 employees. We went to the schools. We did campus interview. We selected the best people from the school. We trained them technically and built them technical skills to run this company. Now what we have from this skill, today 100% of the parts except the battery, all the parts, all the micro precision parts manufactured in-house in our Hosur plant. Though we had a collaboration with the French company earlier, today what we have grown up is significantly much higher than our competitor either in Switzerland or maybe in France. This is a skill we have developed, engineering skills. It is built in-house, everything. With this capability, including the micro motors which comes inside the watch, which is 5 mm length and 2.5 mm diameter. This small tiny motors are built today by us, highly automated way. It's every 3 seconds one motor comes out from the line. Now we have to say proudly that we are exporting these motors to Switzerland for some of the major companies in Swiss watch manufacturer. This is the skill we have developed. With this watch manufacturing experience, and we built automation skills in the company, we formed a small company now. That is Titan Precision Engineering Division. I am heading this division of Titan Precision Engineering, which consists of both aerospace components manufacturing as well as automation, machine building. Earlier we were building the machine, we were importing the machines from assembly machines from Japan and Switzerland or Germany. Now we are exporting these machines to all these countries, Germany, Switzerland. That's how we built our scales. I would like to speak more about the aerospace engineering industries. We have been in this journey for the last 10 years. We started building small parts. I cannot say initially it's not a very complex parts. It took nearly for us to understand the requirement of aerospace is more than 3 years' time. The certification process, quality requirement, the demand, the expectation from the customers, tier 1 suppliers from USA or maybe France is very, very stringent. Now today we have more than 80 CNC machines, shops and very big scale we have built. We built we are building most of the time, mostly aerospace engine parts, very critical parts, landing gear parts. Now we are looking at system building integration. With this aspiration, the company has now this company is separated out from Titan. Now it's becoming a separate company as a 100% subsidiary and looking for partners to invest in the aerospace industries. Mostly we would like to focus on the system building, like what Venkatesh was telling, like